friends at Brilliant Bodease practice a type of stretching that involves the meridians as well. You may be familiar with Pilates or yoga, where they involve stretching the muscles. Meridian stretching is also used to improve wellness and speed recovery from, say, athletic injuries. They combine the benefits of directing energy and stretching.
Meridian stretching is a tool that can be used to help to develop your overall health and well-being. So specifically, it's a resistance stretching technique. So Bob Cooley is the person who discovered this, and he discovered this as he went on a journey himself to heal himself after being in a car accident where he was walking across the street. And after a couple of years of basically going through traditional therapies to heal, he wasn't really satisfied. He knew there was more. He could actually heal even more. So he went on a personal discovery. And the breakthrough that he discovered is that when you are trying to increase flexibility, it really cannot be done passively. In other words, most people, when they try to stretch, they'll put their leg up on a chair or up on a bench, and they'll try to stretch their hamstring by just kind of sitting there and holding it and not really doing anything with it. And what we actually find, in fact, is not only does that not work to improve flexibility, but it actually can make you tighter because it overstretches the muscles, can create potential injury, and it even lays down excess fascia, which makes the muscle tighter overall. We use the meridian lines in Chinese medicine, the muscle meridian groups related to the meridian lines. So like you said, they are lines of energy in the body, and through those lines of energy, there are muscles. Okay? And so what we discovered is that as you stretch the different muscle meridian lines, you will also get an effect, a concomitant relationship exists where you can affect the health of a particular organ. And then also you can affect the way of being and the psychological development of the person. So for instance, if I want to improve my digestion, then I would want to stretch the muscles in the back of my shoulder area. And so I might do something like this particular stretch where I'm kind of bringing my arm down and across. Okay, so I'm working to stretch these muscles. These are muscles related to the small intestine, which will therefore improve your ability to digest your nutrients, therefore helping you lose weight. The distinction here is I'm not just passively bringing my arm in this position. In fact, I'm pressing my elbow back, and as I do that, I then bring the arm across, so I'm lengthening the muscle while it's contracting, while it's resisting. So that's different than traditional stretching.
Okay. I had the opportunity to speak to one of your clients, and she was literally ecstatic about what Meridian Stretching has done for her. She actually said that she and her husband are involved in it, and their whole lives have changed. They have more energy, they feel better, and she even discussed the fact that she felt more like giving and therefore started a non-profit. What is it about Meridian Stretching that makes one feel that way?
There's an energy shift that happens. The whole concept of acupuncture is based on opening energy channels, right? So instead of putting needles in your body, we open your energy channels through stretching, through going into the muscle group, through going into the physical body. Once you open an energy channel, all kinds of things begin to happen. So for instance, we know that a lot of people, when they're stressed or they carry a lot of tension in their body, a common place for that is up in the upper back area. So when we do our stretches, we have a group of stretches that relate to stretching those muscles for the purpose of helping the person to deal with stress more effectively. It might also be something where we have a particular client who she had to give a lot of public speaking engagements because she was a very sort of high-profile person who required to get up and speak in front of others. She was never really fully comfortable with that. So what we found is that the quadricep muscle, which is the center for self-expression in the meridian stretching, if we do a lot of stretches like that on her, she gets much more confident and much more able to express herself with ease in front of other people.
Donna Riley and Cordie Williams consult with their clients either in their homes or in their studios. We ask them to show us, how do they help people heal their bodies and renew their spirits.
Well, Anita, at this point, I think the best thing to do would be to show you the technique and let your audience members have an idea of what it looks like so they can try a few things at home. So we're going to come over here. This is my partner, Cordie, and he has his client here a day. And Cordie's going to demonstrate to a day how to do a basic hamstring stretch.
Thanks, Donna. Go ahead and bring your leg up. Relax this leg for me. And now you're going to bring your right leg up with a straight leg and clasp your hands behind the thigh or the knee. Okay.
So this position everybody's used to, looking like a hamstring stretch. The difference, what's happening here, is that Cordie is explaining that the contraction needs to happen while the stretch is occurring. So in other words, Ade is kicking forward with his leg against the resistance of his hands. As he kicks down, that is the strength phase of the movement. As he continues kicking down and pulls it into his body, that's the stretch phase. So there's a contraction during the stretch as well as during the strength phase. And in fact, we do both the strength and the stretch because those two things affect each other. It's really difficult to be strong unless you're flexible because the muscle needs to lengthen in order to fully contract. So as Ade improves the flexibility in his hamstrings, he will actually get stronger. That was excellent. So that was an example of an exercise that Ade could do on his own, or you viewers can do on your own. And one of the benefits to that previous exercise, the hamstring stretch, is anytime we stretch the hamstrings, we're going to alleviate any potential low back problems. As a matter of fact, a lot of low back problems are the result of tight hamstrings. And you also will help to increase the function of the brain, since it is the brain muscle meridian group. And you will also learn to become a better problem solver, because where problem solving is housed in the body in the meridian stretching system. So let's go on to demonstrate now an example of assisted stretching, meaning Cordie or myself, or sometimes both of us, can come to your home or come to our studio and we can stretch you. This is thymus meridian, and this is a meridian that Bob Cooley has added to, it's not a traditional Chinese medicine meridian. And what we're doing, in fact, is working the muscles across the upper neck area, upper chest, all the way around this portion of the body. And if you notice here, this is a good one. It really demonstrates that Cordie, as the trainer, is working really hard. So, in fact, when we stretch a muscle, it produces twice as much force as when we strengthen the muscle. So when we're training or working with the client, we're working pretty hard. They are also getting workout, but so are we. So it's kind of fun. In this case, he's choosing to do, again, the strength and stretch portion. So the entire time, Ade is pushing back with his arms, and Cordie is pulling him against that resistance. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
The thymus meridian is also the center for healing and forgiveness. So Cordie and I, as body workers and people that are always helping others, we do a lot of this particular stretch ourselves to help keep us healed and healthy and whole as human beings.
If you'd like to contact any of our healers, please email us at ourvoicesspeak@gmail.com. Until next time, join us on Life 360 Degrees.